Okay, so Married to Medicine reunion, part one. All I can say is we have Lighty. And I don't know what is pretty much Sweetie's issue at this point, but she keeps going on and on and on. And at the same time, it's not making any sense. I feel like she came really well rehearsed for this reunion. I didn't, and everything that she was coming with to me was just not hitting. Like she calling Quad's name, saying Quad was jealous, trying to double down on her reason, what she was trying to say when she said that Quad was jealous. All of it was a mess to me, and I don't want to get it at this point. Now I'm going to touch on the ladies arrived, and for me is I saw where we had all right, the ladies look good. The person for me I would say worst dressed was I would probably say was Simone. I honestly do not understand what she was wearing, and I think that sheer piece that she had on was supposed to be more nude. So it more blends with her skin. To me, it just did not look good on her, and I don't know exactly what was the concept or the style choice for wearing something like that. Everybody, next person I disliked their outfit was Sweetie. I trying to understand what she was trying to do with the hair, but to me, it still did not hit. And then the dress that she was wearing, I just think that it just aged her. And then the makeup looked good. She looked good in the face, but like the hair and everything else, I was just heavily confused as to what the hell were you going for? It seemed like she and Simone got dressed in the dark and then they just ran out and decided to see if this would stick. And it did not stick. For Contessa, I like what Contessa's wearing. It was very simple. But my only issues with it was her hair. Like the hair itself was good, but something about up here just seemed very like not ready, not finished. And that was my only issues with when it came on to what Contessa looked like. But everybody else, to me, to my recollection, basically looks good. All right, so we're gonna touch on is Married to Medicine season was a good season. I enjoyed it. The ladies got the unseen footage when it came on to Phaedra and her confessionals that was not shown, where Phaedra pretty much told the ladies kiss her ass. She called them mean girls. She called them trash, and I did not like that because just last year she was the one who was saying that if she was a part of the group, maybe her marriage would have worked out. And you were all okay with these ladies to even come back for season two in terms of basically to turn around and call them trash because Housewives call you back to the show. And the only reasons why Housewives really call you back to the show is for one, Candy was not coming back. And then for two, Kenya got booted or demoted or whatever it is. So hence why they reached out for you in the literally last parts of the season for like maybe we don't even know how many episodes you're going to be in Housewives. So for you to turn around and kiss to basically tell all of these ladies that they're trash and mean girls and whatever, I found it a bit odd and disrespectful. Like they always say, do not burn bridges or burn bridges. Yeah, do not burn your bridges because you never know if you need to cross that bridge again. And for her to do something like that, it's like you're pretty much banning yourself from ever becoming cool with these ladies because you just took it to another level. I could see they were a bit confused by her reasoning in what she said. And I think that was the problem where I was myself confused as to why it had to go there. Just because you're going back to Housewives does not mean that you need to pretty much burn that bridge because you're heading back over to your show that you're from. Because we don't know if you're going to be around that show too long. And then second of all, like you're somewhat footing back into the Bravo universe after what you did with Candy. So I don't know if you're delusional or you're forgetful, but that's the main reason why you were no longer really on Bravo. You did what you did with Candy. You were ghosts. You did little 1, 2 shows. You did your traders, and you got your momentum back. But for you to tell these ladies to kiss your ass was a bit low and classless. And I did not like that. I think she could have handled that way much better. But again, we're talking about Phaedra at this point, so you kind of think you expect anything more from her. I think she just performs a lot. She just loves to be performative, and sometimes it just does not hit. So the next thing is what I'm going to touch on is pretty much would be is Simone and her megaphone at this point. Simone. It's getting tiring where you cannot, if you're moved on from a situation, you cannot have a conversation without bringing up about the past or turning it into another argument. And again, I don't know if it's because you have nothing to talk about when it comes onto your life. So you always have to create this beef with Quad for you to pretty much have something going on in terms of your guys' storyline. Because when Andy asked the question and Quad started to give her reasoning, Quad was giving a lot of disclaimers where she was pretty much saying that she is in a good place with you now. She has no issues with you. You guys have moved on. She doesn't even like discussing the conversation. And I could see rightfully why she doesn't like doing it, because you definitely will take it to like there's another issue. And then you turn around and you blame Quad to say that she sees what social media says. And this is the reason why she is pretty much having an issue, because she read the comments of what person said. And for you to take it to another level by saying that she gave you your ass to kiss, and she gave everybody their ass to kiss, and all of this, what you were coming with, like, to me, it was like, and then you start to get loud as if there's an audience behind the camera. Or you need to, I just don't understand the tone. Like, I really feel it for Andy each year when he has to do this reunion with you. And I don't know why they keep seating her beside Andy, because at this point his right side of his ear should be probably half deaf by now. She starts to get loud and she starts to go at it with Quad, and in my head I'm like, oh my god, can we like stop with the same? And we can see that it's going to only get higher based on the trailer that we saw between Simone and Quad. And this was like, to me, like, you clearly cannot move on. I cannot speak to what goes on behind the scenes, but from what I'm seeing, Quad seems like she's in a good place with everyone. She is happy where she's at. And you start to get loud and you start to talk about that she did not, for the whole year, she did not share who she was dating. And I'm like, I was with Quad. Like, if I'm not fucking with you like that, why am I going to sit and tell you what's going on in my personal life? For what? It's like, it does not make any sense as to why would you basically, do something like that. It was just, to me, it was a bit odd for her to be going at it with Quad, and I just really wanted this to be over with, because I can already see next season it's going to be pretty much, of course, this what goes on behind this backstage. I can see where next season it's going to be this now, Quad again against Simone. And I think this is already played out. I am tired of seeing it. I'm sure the audience is tired of seeing the same thing. Can we move on from this? We started to get into see Quad's package where, she's now good with the ladies. The ladies apologized to her, and she also introduced her boyfriend, King, to the ladies. And this is where I believe the comment came up when Andy decided to ask about Quad saying that Sweetie is jealous. And I don't know if it was me, but I realized that a lot of the ladies on this cast really do not F with Sweetie like that anymore. Because throughout the entire nights, they keep making dabs at her or shading her. And I don't know, Sweetie. I don't know what would be your next season like with them, but for this first part of the reunion, I could see that these ladies do not F with you anymore, and I think it has to do with you going on your YouTube channel and, to me, just throwing anything at the wall and hoping that it sticks, maybe to get a viral moment or something. But I could see that these ladies don't really F with you, and it clearly showed when it came on to your delivery and how pretty much they were throwing dabs at you. But anyways, they decided to get into the whole Quad's package, and then they asked Sweetie what she meant by Quad being jealous, and she started to give some reason and explanation, which to me did not make any sense. And this is why I felt like Sweetie, this part of the reunion, was very performative. She came with an agenda. She came like she had stuff that she made sure that she wanted to say. And I found it very not like her, where it does seem as if she wanted to one up pretty much anybody that tried to come at her, and it just fell flat. Like, it did not give any reaction from me. It just fell flat. She got into it again with the Heavenly, and again it was, I don't know. And of course the highlight would be I believe it's when Sweetie and pretty much Toya got into it. And now I believe the reason why this stemmed from it, because she again, Sweetie is like following the footsteps of Dr. Evelyn at this point, doing this YouTube channel and trying to be controversial and trying to go and get some viral moments. So she, of course, went on her YouTube channel and stated that Toya pretty much brought her onto the show to basically go at it with Quad, because she wasn't effing with Quad, and she was like a pawn in all of this pretty much. So playing the victim. And of course that rubbed Toya the wrong way. So of course they have her seated beside her, which I don't know who made that seating chart, but it was the most stupidest thing to ever do. But of course they got into it, where Toya herself is really confused and annoyed by her behavior. And rightfully so, because even the entire night she kept saying some stuff that I was like, to the life of me, I was like, what are we doing, Sweetie? Who is writing these lines for you to say or ensure that you say on stage? Is it Dr. G writing these lines? Because I could not for the life of me understand what was it that you were trying to accomplish, or what was it that you were trying to do when it came on to you doing all of these theatrics that you were doing, basically. And then you trying to get into it with Toya, which again, it just, to me, and I don't know if it's just me, maybe other persons may say no, they felt like Sweetie held her own, she was hitting the nail on the head. For me, it just felt like she had some lines rehearsed and she didn't really know where she would insert those lines. And then she pretty much tried to insert the lines in specific areas and hoping that it will land, and hopefully that she'll get a next viral moment, because that's pretty much what I get from when she does her YouTube recaps, is that she just want to say some shit out, basically. And I'm saying, it's, to me, it gives me mini Dr. Heavenly. Doing the YouTube channel, say what you're speaking, but at the same time, getting the blog's reaction from it. And that's what I think she does when she comes onto this platform and trying to do it. And I don't like the road that she's going on there, because when she just started, I was like, okay, she's okay. I wasn't like a big fan of her or anything like that. But each time goes on, I don't know again what's going on behind the scenes, but each time goes on, it shows as if like she's either underwhelmed, and it's clearly reflected in how she is handling these ladies, because I could not understand what the hell she was doing or why she was doing it. But yeah, we digress. And the last part we touched on would be so we had the Contessa versus Dr. Heavenly. And of course, they got into their whole issue, which was how many years ago. And she said she'd apologize. Contessa, for the life of me, would not shut up. She kept speaking. Dr. Heavenly could not even get to say what she wanted to say. And then it just kind of just felt like it just, to me, just was this back and forth like a tennis match at this point. And for me, Contessa, I don't really, because I kind of just recently start getting into the show. I've seen previous clips or past clips before. But for me, Contessa, we have been dealing with this from Dr. Heavenly for how many years? I don't know when persons are going to hold her accountable for some of her actions that she takes. But when you start to do this over speaking, and then it seems to me as if she was maybe trying to apologize for something again, and then you kept talking, and then you said that one thing or whatever, which led her decide to not bother in apologizing again. This is the problem because you kept speaking and talking and talking, and I'm like, oh my god, if you just shut up. I feel like everybody at this point is like taking cues. Sweetie's taking cues from Dr. Heavenly, and it seems like Contessa is taking cues from Simone. Like you kept speaking and you kept over talking and getting loud, and it did not go anywhere. I don't think there's a resolution right now when it comes on to the both of them. And we ended it where they started to ask if the streets have heard about Dr. Damon allegedly having a child on the side or allegedly cheating. Quad said she has never heard that before, but then we ended where we heard Simone and also Toya was also chiming in to say, well, they have heard that before. So I see where this is going to continue into the next part of the reunion. But to me, it was a good reunion. I would probably give it like a 7.5 out of 10 for the reunion. But it was a good reunion, but I'm just tired of the same persons going at it. I need some fresh storyline. I don't know when Dr. Mimi is going to come out, if she's even going to come out, but I need some new material when it comes on to these ladies. Like if Sweetie is now on the out, so is Sweetie going to be the next target for next season? The next thing is, knowing that Simone and Quad got into it at the reunion, are now we going to go into our next season again where the two of them are at it and then they're going to come again and apologize and then the reunion comes back around and it's the same thing over and over. I need something new from these ladies and I'm hoping that we do get that in the next season. But we'll see what part 2 of the reunion comes with. I believe this is where we get the husbands coming out as well. But let me know, guys, in the comment section your thoughts on the reunion. And also, guys, remember to like, share, and comment and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.